Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Okay, so today we are going to be doing day 4, or part 4, of my zodiac sign series with Cancer. So Cancer is June and July, and like I said yesterday, I am going to put all the dates together. Alright, so now, since we used up the brow lift yesterday, we're gonna just start into eyeshadow primer. So we're gonna use the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Full Wear Concealer in the shade Ivory. Let me get my mirror open. So I'm putting it a little higher than I normally do. So then I'm just going to use my e.l.f. small concealer brush. It's just a concealer, it just says concealer brush, but I say small concealer. So then we can really blend that underneath my brows. Because we're still going to blend it underneath our brows, even though we're not doing our brows anymore. Then we're going into the Real Techniques Deluxe Crease Brush. And we're going to blend the rest out. And then like this little corner here, I'm going to use that small concealer brush to get. Then we're going to use my Camo Concealer Sponge to blend it out better. And I'm also going to blend here and there, even though I'm going to be taking it off. It's just so it's not as obvious and stuff. I forgot to grab my makeup wipes. Which I only have a few makeup wipes left. Where's the bag? Because I still got few packs left in the box. So now we're going to go back into the concealer, which I feel like only a few more uses, and that one will be used up. I mean, I can use it all through the series. I feel like after the series is done, this is pretty much after the series is done, it's pretty much going to be done. So it's like, or it will be done. That's what I meant. So it's like only this series and that concealer will be done, and I'll need another concealer till I'm trying to say, to use as eyeshadow primer. Which I got one in mine. So I feel like the one I have in mind is gonna be a lot better. Cause then I don't have to smell the licorice root in it. It's the hard candy one. They're all dried out. So I gotta get another pack really quick, so I'll be right back. Alright, so now I got a new pack. I'm not opening it yet. I mean, it's already open, but you know what I mean. So now we're gonna take the Maybelline Fit Me powder and the Real Techniques setting brush. We're going to set these eyes. And I'm just gonna add a little bit to the cap, just enough for me to set my other eye. Okay. Alright. So now we're going to go into our eyeshadow. So let me get all my eyeshadow brushes, even the large one, because I'm gonna need it. Alright. So, going to go into my Equal Tools angled crease brush. Going to go into the yellow. Told you, this palette's pretty much going to be well used up. And going to put that inner crease. And that's it. Just inner crease today. Okay. So now we're going to use this fluffy crease brush. We're going to go into green. Oh, and I think I forgot to mention, Cancer is a water sign. I'll put that into our natural crease. And now we're going to, after I get the other side, going to blend it. Now we're going to blend it with the e.l.f. blending eye brush. I'm just making it softer. You know what I mean? Alright, so now we're gonna get a makeup wipe. wipe out. I'm gonna makeup wipe out. And all this fallout. And stuff. Is gonna be cleaned up. I'm also cleaning up the edge of concealer a little bit. Okay. So this was an easy eye look today. It isn't too complicated. Now we're gonna take this flat top brush, going to go into blue. And we're just going to wipe it on like that. Like, not wipe it on, like actually brush it on instead of stamping it on, because it works with the green, but the blue it's not as pigmented if you pack it on. Don't know why, it just isn't. So I found out brushing it on. Or no, I had to brush it on with the green as well. Sorry. Pretty much. So after we put the CoverGirl on, our like eyeshadow and stuff is done. Can't use black for Cancer, so it can't use eyeliner today. So we're going into the CoverGirl Eye Enhancer Shadow and Snow Blossom. Oh, that LA Girls palette, or LA Colors palette is in the shade Tease. So we're adding some more shimmer. Shaggy's done with this heat. She's on my floor right now, just sleeping in the air. She's like, I'm done. Poor thing. Alright. So let me, last time, clean up any fallout. Gonna clean my face too. I bet you there's dirt somewhere. And now we're going into primer. So we're going into the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer first. Like I said, I'm just squeezing. Okay, did yesterday. I'm just squeezing it on my face because it's almost gone. So it's just easier that way. Then it gets more area. Like I got this whole side of my face. So it also gets more area. just a little bit. Now, it's not out of my collection. So, not yet, at least. Alright, so now we have the e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer. Which I thought it was just the fact that I'm only pumping out a little bit. But I like pushed on this just now and only a little bit came out. Ugh. I hate when that pops up because then I have to stop what I'm doing. I guess it kind of helps. I'm sorry, my nose itches. And the pores on my chin are starting to get big too. I also do the side of my nose because I have some wrinkles there. A little on my chin. Alright. So now we're going to go into the Neutrogena Prep and Correct Primer. I'm looking to see where I have redness. So just right in this area. I've been also doing my skincare routine, so it's like helping. It doesn't really help on the areas that I have pores and stuff, like right on my cheeks. I mean, you have pores all over your face, but it's like where I have the enlarged pores, it don't really help. I mean, it does, but it doesn't. That makes sense. the NYX primer. I'm going to use the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter in the shade One Fair. So I looked at the shades that are lighter than this. So you have 0 and then you have 0.5. I'm going to use good 0.5. See if I like that shade better on my skin. Or if this is the shade I like. So, now talking. I'm gonna skip this, my upper lip, today, with the exception of highlighter, like actual highlighter. Other than that, it's gonna be skipped. Because it's causing like too much coverage there. I also think too much coverage there is what's causing it to separate. That and I just slant there way more than the rest of my face, so it's like it's better if I just have minimal coverage there, just because of the sweating. So yeah, pretty much we're just I mean, if a little bit gets there just because I'm blending everywhere else, like my nose, then that's fine. But I'm not going to physically put it there and blend it and to highlighter. And foundation. I need to itch my lid. I keep forgetting. Anyways, there we go. So now we're going to take the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer and we're going to put it everywhere but here. So like it's kind of hard not to put it there when you're going around your nose because it is part around your nose. But it's not like I'm going to physically around your nose. I'm going to flick it up. I know I said it's alright. So today we're doing it everywhere. Just because we can use bronzer and contour. Helmet. Hold on. Scrape. Wow. Okay, so that is exciting. So, using this, my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer is now, after I put it on my forehead, is now used up. So, we used up the brow lift yesterday, and now today we used the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer up. So, that's pretty exciting. Now I'm excited to see what other products I use up. Alright. So, good thing I had the backup ready to go for the Maybelline concealer. Pretty exciting. And the shade I use in the Maybelline concealer is Fair. I didn't tell you that. So that is pretty exciting. So now we're going to use the Rimmel London Stay Matte Concealer in the shade Espresso. I think I might almost be out of contour too. So what we're doing is we're going to contour the whole face here, up here, and here, and then some areas we'll put bronzer over. So pretty much the areas that we'll put bronzer over is on the forehead and the chin. And then we'll do the nose with just bronzer. So I'm excited, like this is exciting me. Because this is showing me that when I do what I have left, the video, this is showing me there's not going to be much in that video. And I have it all on Amazon, so if I counted wrong, I would know. Oh no. So I'm going to count what I have on Amazon. But for what I counted, I now have 24 because the Maybelline. Because of the Maybelline concealer. So it's almost touching, but not quite touching. And I look like a wacko right now. So then it touches here and goes all the way down. It doesn't quite touch this part. So I'm pretty much blending it together. If you notice, I'm blending it together. It goes. And so just blend it together here too because I accidentally blended together there. But I'll try to get it on the shirt. So anything I get on my ear, like that, I'll wipe off. In a second. So I know it might look like bronzer right now, but that's only because of the shade that I'm using. Looks like a contour slash bronzer shade. But trust me, I can still put the putty bronzer on top and it will look fine. Damn it, I did it again. So really quickly, let me clean up my ear. I know it looks like I have a beard. Trust me, that'll be fixed in a minute once I put foundation all over it, on top of it. So now we're going to go into the putty bronzer and tan lines and this little concealer looking brush. I don't think we'll be able to use the putty bronzer up today, but definitely within the next couple of days. Then it will just be contour and powder bronzer. It's just mixing in with the contour. I knew that was gonna happen. That was the whole point. Because then it makes the contour lighter. And now we're gonna take this marbled sponge and we're gonna blend that bronzer. We'll blend here. Now we're gonna blend here. And then we're going to put more bronzer on. I take the sponge and it's pretty much blending it. Okay. So now we're going to put it on the sides of our nose. We'll see. And then here. And here. Okay. Let me show you, see, like, it's not going to be that hard to use it up. So now we're going to use a sponge. And the reason that I put the brow lift and the eyebrow duo brush into the bag already is because we don't need them. So it's like there's no reason for them to be in here. Alright. So now we're going to go into foundation, which is the Rimmel London Stay Matte Liquid Mousse Foundation in the shade Light Porcelain. Which, remember from yesterday, I found a way to make it all even. So that's what I'm doing today. So the reason I'm starting on my neck is because this helps me pretty much frame for the rest of this. So essentially it just makes it easier for me blend out my foundation now. And with all this extra stuff on my chin here, it's just making it easier for me to blend out my foundation. So now we're going to go back into more of the foundation, and we're going to filling that bottle and stuff makes me think that we are going to need that other foundation. So I'm starting on the contour, and then I'm moving up, and then essentially stopping at the contour. There. And then same thing over here. And I forgot liquid highlighter. Oh well. Because I can actually put it on top. So now I'm going to work our way up. Then we're going to do the nose. That out. Essentially, I'm trying to cover up everything that I did. With the foundation, but making sure it still shows through. Like that. Alright. So, like I said, filling this bottle, more than likely I'm going to need the other bottle of foundation. So, which is fine. You know what that means? That just means that eventually and cream blush. What the hell? Alright, it's fine. I got this. So now we're going to go into the e.l.f. Beauty Wands. So we're going to go into the blush one first, then the shade Rose You Slay. So I need the other sponge. Hopefully powder can help this little glow up. Alright, now we're going into the highlight wand and liquid gold. This is the other one. I know that I'm going to use that soon. So now we're going to use the flat part to do this. Going to push it into the skin so it still has that highlighted look. It's just not as obvious. That's crazy. Oh my goodness. This is crazy. So I'm again, not a today's use up, but definitely in a couple of days. Hopefully both of them. Both of the ones. Okay. So now I'm going to do concealer. So we're going to use the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer in the shade Fair Warm. So. Alright. So now I'm going to set with powder, and we're just going to do a light set again. These kind of tutorials, I'm not too worried about baking. Oh, shit. Might use up the powder today. Not realize I had messed out low in powder. And the fact that I have so much going on, because this is makeup I'm not used to doing at all. Like, none of this makeup in the series I'm used to doing. So it's like something that's out of my comfort zone. It's actually a good thing. But at the same time, it's like, even though it's a good thing, it's also a scary thing, because it's like, you know, I could do too much. So I'm not used to doing this, so I could do too much and make it look crazy. Yes, I know how to fix it. Like I said, yes, I know how to fix it. I know how to make it look better. But I can only do so much to fix it. Sometimes even trying. And I am gonna do another light set after this. Like, I'm really setting this makeup. Because, yeah, I might be going somewhere. But at the same time, I'm like, now I want to try and let this bake and sit in my skin, because I'm like, that's what I do with all the others. So pretty much what that means is I'm pretty much gonna have to really wash my face today afterwards. And I'm really, really going to have to uh, do my skincare routine to make sure it gets out of my pores and stuff. Right. So now we're going to use some setting spray to get this powder. Look. Out of here. So it pretty much just sets down the powder so it doesn't look so cakey, and especially because we're doing a second set. But really quickly, I'm going to take the Real Techniques setting brush. And we're going to set these under eyes. See, it doesn't look so cakey now. It was starting to get a little cakey. But now, it doesn't look so cakey. Alright. So, the setting brush is done. I might not use it today, but definitely tomorrow. So now, I'm going to go into the second set. And then we'll set it again with setting spray. Like I said, we'll set it again with setting spray. Now we can move on. I'm just hoping that even with, setting spray, I'm hoping that the powder products on top of the powder doesn't get too much. That's what I'm hoping. It doesn't get on top. Doing powder. Like a second set is a second time with the powder. So, I get too much makeup on my computer, so I'm gonna have to clean off my computer when I'm done. Alright, so now we're gonna use this bronzer brush, and we're gonna use the e.l.f. Primer Infused Bronzer. So we're just going over the set parts that we did the bronzer on, that whether it's the contour that we did the bronzer on top, or what. That's what we're doing. And then we're going to take the angled crease brush. I'm going to dip it into this bronzer. It's getting ready to have a dent in it. I'm going to lightly scratch at her nose. Now we're going into the Wet n Wild Color Icon blush and Pinch Me Pink, and the e.l.f. blush brush. Don't want too much blush. Actually, I changed my mind on this one. I'm going to use the e.l.f. Glossy Lip Stain, since we can also use pink. Alright. And then now we're going to do our setting spray. So here you have it on Cancer's makeup. I hope you liked this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!